Thank you for your attention and support for the work in comprehensive sexual health. Today, we will address the issue of consent.
There are so many misunderstood and hidden messages regarding what it really means to agree to have sex. We have put together the following summary. Please share the message with others.
Consent, required for sex. Did you know every 2 minutes someone in the U.S. is sexually assaulted? Have you ever heard of consent? If you don't know much about consent, you're not alone. Let's see what our friends know. One morning at school,
You were right. The teacher's talk on consent turned out to be pretty interesting.
Right? At first I thought consent was that form they send home for field trips. Turns out consent is the idea that no means no. So if someone says no to sex, his or her partner doesn't have consent.
But there's more to it than that. If my partner doesn't say no, that doesn't mean I've gotten a yes.
Exactly. I think knowing this stuff could definitely help out our friends.
later during lunch,
So basically, not saying no isn't the same thing as saying yes?
Right. For people to consent, they have to actually communicate yes.
But if someone doesn't say anything at all, that's consent, right?
Whoa, not true. No matter how long you've known or dated someone, a person always needs consent before any kind of sex.
Basically, consent is having permission from a partner to engage in sex. Consent must be voluntary, enthusiastic, and mutual every time. Consent can only happen when both partners feel they can express their wants and needs to each other without fear. Consent is absolutely necessary. How do you get consent?
A person isn't giving consent just because he or she kisses you, touches you, or wears revealing clothing. It doesn't matter if it's someone you like, date, or take to a school dance either. And silence definitely doesn't count as consent. Consent isn't the absence of no, it's the presence of yes.
it's plain and simple.
Get consent. If you're ready to take the next step, make sure your partner is ready as well.
Have the conversation. Know what your partner wants and doesn't want. Never assume.
Sexual activity without consent is the same as sexual assault. It's not just illegal, but wrong. You can do your part to end sexual violence by spreading this knowledge to your community. And to your peers, too.
Do the right thing. Stand up for safety.